connecting Indigenous musicians and artists to the world. Welcome to Indigenous Superstars with your host, Rhonda Head.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show, Indigenous Superstars. I'm your host, Rhonda Head, and I'm coming to you live from a Paskwayak Cree Nation. I'm coming in Bigetti, Manitoba. That's the heart of a Paskwayak Cree Nation. So today I'm doing my hosting my 72nd show. So I'm pretty excited about that. Excuse me. And I have a couple of announcements that I want to make. Hey, Kim from Kansas, how are you doing? Always nice to see you on. Happy that you're tuning into the show tonight. We have a great band on later. So I just want to announce my the award show again. So that's coming up, and I'll just play the video so you can watch it.
Indigenous music is being recognized throughout the world and gaining momentum every single day. The Indigenous Superstars Music Awards recognizes the unique artistry of Indigenous musicians and encourages Indigenous artists to submit to the inaugural Indigenous Superstars Music Awards 2021. The award will increase awareness of your craft and gain recognition online and through promotion. The show will be streamed live on Indigenous Superstars and Frog Radio. Only songs or singles that have been released and distributed on Spotify between January 1st, 2019 and July 31st, 2021 are eligible. Entries for submissions have already began and end July 31st, 2021 at midnight. The Indigenous Superstars Music Awards 2021. For all the details, visit our website at indigenousuperstars.com.
So that's exciting news that I have. I announced it last week, and some people are already starting to submit their music. You don't have to have a full album to submit, as long as you have a single, and that has been professionally released. Hey, Michelle. I'm so proud of you. Hey, proud of you too. I'm so happy that you tuned in tonight. It's always nice to visit with you. We always have some great laughs. So that's going on with the award show. I got 26 categories that artists can submit to, and it's really exciting. The windows from January 1st, 2019 to July 31st, 2021. That's when you could do your recordings. Hey, Trudy, how's it going? And yeah, and submission. The submissions are open right now. You got to register on the website indigenousuperstars.com, and you could choose one of those categories that you want to submit to. And like I said, you don't need a full album, as long as you have a recording that's professionally distributed, and the links that we're looking, the judges will be looking at, will be a Spotify link. So that's some of the requirements for the show. So I'm really looking forward to working with all the artists that submit, and we're gonna have a virtual show this year, and I have a really awesome ad coming up within the next couple of days. So watch out for that ad. Really excited about it. And the other, excuse me, the other news I have is that I'm running for the SOCAN board, the SOCAN board, and the elections are going on right now. The last day, the voting started yesterday, and the last day to vote is on April 30th. And you must be a SOCAN member in order to cast a vote. And I just want to say that I that I got a phone call yesterday from the president from the Songwriters Association of Canada, and they're really happy that I'm running for the board, and they've heard of me, which is pretty cool, and they're endorsing me. So they wrote a really cool letter out to all their members and to two other organizations for the SOCAN members to vote for me. So hopefully I'll get elected onto this board, and I'll of course, there'll be a voice for Indigenous artists, but also for all artists right across Canada. So I'm really excited to be a part of this election. So please make sure you go vote if you're SOCAN election board member. Hey, Atana, out in New Mexico, how's it going, sister? And Michelle and Trudy Stevenson, awesome, Rhonda. Hey, nice to see you on here, Trudy. So yeah, so we have a really awesome show. Oh, and I also the Canadian Folk Music Awards happen on Sunday night on the 11th. And for I want to congratulate the winners, William Prince for Contemporary Album of the Year and English Songwriter of the Year. My awesome, beautiful friend Leila Gilday won Indigenous Songwriter of the Year. Burnstick won Single of the Year, and Julian Taylor won Solo Artist of the Year. So congratulations to all those awesome artists for oh, excuse me, for participating in the Canadian Folk Music Awards and winning those categories. Are the Indigenous artists are starting to blossom into the mainstream music industry and winning in categories where it's open to everyone across Canada. So I just want to have say a huge congratulations to them. So without further ado, I'm going to read the bio of my next guest. My 72nd show, and it's Winnipeg, Manitoba's Dustin Harder is a proud and intrepid Métis singer-songwriter with a strong Manitoba and Yukon roots that fearlessly chases his dreams with songs to roots that fearlessly that fearlessly reflect his adventures. Dustin Harder's hard-hitting guitar riffs of rockin' prairie soul roots and blues and smooth vocals deliver this dusty blues outfit their singer-songwriter in his debut with a tightly packaged album, Prairie Soul. Dustin Harder has been hard at work with the release of his self-titled album that reflects his prairie roots and his travels through northern and western Canada. This album is a compilation of songs that were recorded in various studios in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Please welcome Dustin. Hey, how's it going?
Hello. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, everyone.
Hey. Oh, we got people tuning in from all over from uh some of them are from the States and some of them are from Manitoba. So there's some awesome people tuning in right now. Oh no, I lost him. Hopefully he'll get back on. And Michelle says, congratulations to the winners. Here he's back again.
I'm back.
And
I'm
you're
back.
back, and you're back again. Oh, Stuart McKee is tuning in from Kitchener, Ontario. Welcome, Stuart. So how's it
Well,
going?
it's
Haven't
it's
seen you in a
go-
long time.
it's been a while. Yeah, I think since we did that event over at Sonics for the fire in Alberta there a few years back.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was quite a few years ago. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. Well, we've both been
Yeah,
keeping busy for the most part.
that's for sure.
Yeah,
That's for
I've been
sure.
busy working on my COVID beard.
I almost didn't recognize you with that with your new fur on your hip.
Yeah. Well,
With your new
I still got my trusty hat I've been wearing for years now. I just can't seem to let it go. It's getting a little frayed from me wearing it so much, but I just love it. I'm gonna wear it till I can't wear it no more.
well, it's cool. It gives you character, that's for sure. So I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. So
Sure.
so what inspired you to get into music?
Oh, some at first it was definitely my grandfather and my uncle. They were kitchen jammers and the musicians in my family, and whenever my grandfather would pull out the banjo, I learned at a young age to play the spoons. So I would try to participate by playing the spoons with everyone. I was about 2, 3 years old, clicking on those. But over the years, I guess, like music for me is like probably a lot of artists, is self-therapy. I've been through I've lived an interesting life and been through lots of obstacles, and music has always been a real savior for me. So writing songs and sharing them with other people, even if one or two people can relate, is like, I would hope that the songs helped me, so hopefully that helps someone else as well. So that's kind of what motivates me,
Cool.
helping
So
others.
so so where do your lyrics come from and your melodies?
You know what? I read a quote years ago, and I relate to it 100%. And it was somebody had asked the same kind of question to Neil Young, and I completely relate to it. And what he said was, "I don't write songs; songs write me." And what I think he meant by that is that, like, I just when I'm feeling inspired, I pick up my guitar, I start playing some chords, and I just start singing, and melodies just come, and words just kind of come through me, and it's kind of like if it feels good, and I remember them, and I can repeat myself, then it must be I must be going in the right direction. So then I start writing them down, and now with today's technology, I also try to record everything and listen back on things and do edits and whatnot. But yeah, it's just they don't really come through me; they come through me.
That's awesome. So you're a vessel.
Yeah.
That's cool. So Marianne from Ontario says, "Hello, Rhonda and Dustin. Good to see you both coming from Southampton, Ontario."
Oh,
And
hi
Liz
there, Marianne.
and Liz Hill says, "Hello, hello, Rio both Deep Beach, Delaware, USA. Holy smokes. What a treat tonight. Love his blues. Right on. Thank you for tuning in, Liz." And Michelle says, "Oh my goodness, I love to play the spoons."
Spoons.
Awesome. That is so awesome. So with that, I'm gonna give you the screen and you could play us your first
Play
tune.
us a song.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry to disappoint anybody who does like the blues. I'm mostly known for doing a lot of blues music, but lately I've been writing in lots of other multiple genres. Um, so I'm going to be sharing some stuff that's a little away from the blues, but it still has blues in it, of course. Going to start this first song off. I thought it might be since I'm on your program and trying to show off my being Métis, my Métis music. This is a song back in 2010 that was in the Indigenous top Indigenous music countdown, and lo and behold, one day I got a message saying, "Hey, you're #1 on the charts." So I thought that was pretty cool. Later on, the song got picked up by APTN, and it was on my first licensing sync deal for a program called Mixed Blessings on APTN. Anyways, we'll start with that song. It's called "Hold Me Tight, I Love You." That's the radio. All right, this is the band. This is 30 solo, everyone. Once in my life, I found you. I can say what's up now through it up to the love that you walk by now.
There's no way on how I will let you go. Too much time has gone by now. Then I let you go. I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. Tell me, I told you the words I hope you belong to me. I love you. Come on over and dance with me. I love you. Hold me tight, let's dance all night. Don't let me go. I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. I told you the words I hope you belong to me. Come on over and dance with me, my love, my hold me tight, let's dance all night. Hold me tight, let's dance all night. Hold me tight, let's dance all night. Don't let me go. Yes, I do. I love you. I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. All right.
Awesome.
Hey.
Awesome.
Hey,
So you want to,
can I introduce the
yeah,
band real quick?
that's what I was going to ask you. If you can introduce
All
the
right, we
band.
got Kevin Cockle on guitar.
Hi, Kevin.
We got Robbie Budgie on bass.
Hey.
We got Brendan Saul on drums.
Awesome.
Henry Zacharias on all things percussion.
Cool.
And Kevin Wittig on saxophones.
Nice.
And then Laurent, our amazing sound technician dude.
Hey, how's it going? That's awesome. Right on. That's exactly what I was going to ask you to do. Awesome. So I have some more questions I want to ask you.
Sure.
So when I was reading your bio, you said that you went on a hike from Winnipeg to the Yukon. Can you tell us about that?
Oh, how things started there. Well, it started as a trip to try to get to a funeral in Cranbrook, BC. I had a relative who had passed away, and I was just 18 or 19 years old. And my cousin's like, I really think we should go to this funeral, but neither of us had a vehicle or anything like that. But we were adventurous, and we decided to try to hitchhike to this funeral in Cranbrook. So I left home with like 20 bucks in my pocket and a guitar to try to do some busking along the way if we needed extra money. And when we got to Banff, it was it was a whiteout. So we decided, well, we can't get out here. See, the thing is, we went the wrong route. We should have went down the other way to get to Cranbrook, the southern route. But we were following Husky maps back in the day. We
Oh yeah.
had no technology. We were like trying to get to Cranbrook. We were following the map that you get at Husky for Canada. So, anyways, we instead of getting stuck in a whiteout in Banff, we decided we were both a couple prairie boys that had never seen the ocean, so we headed that way. And then I did some busking on Granville Street in a week. Back then it was 98, I think. And within a week, made close to $1,000 on the streets playing, singing. So I thought, well, I can't be that bad. I should keep this career going maybe a little bit. And anyways, I ended up running into this cat from Baja, South California, Mexico area there. He's originally from Montreal, and he come and played with me. He was playing some hand drums when I was jamming and busking on Granville. He said he was headed to the Yukon, and I always knew that my grandfather talked about wanting to go up there to pan for gold. So I says, well, let's go. So we made it up there in 3 days, 3 rides. The locals said it was the fastest hitchhiking story they'd ever heard. But lo and behold, I walked into the local Westminster hotel with a guitar, and this group of guys were sitting there having a few drinks, and they're like, "Pick us a tune, boy." And so I pulled her out and played a little bit, and lo and behold, that was the house band, and they gave me a job to restring all their instruments, and I didn't even know how to restring a fiddle or anything like that before in my life, but I just lied and said I could do it, and I did my best, and they saw that at least I made all the effort. But anyways, I ended up doing all sorts of work there. The nightman cleanup told me to keep all of the shaving bags from the night cleanups, the vacuum bags, for a month. So and I took them to this old miner, and I was naive and young. He takes them, the 3 bags, fills his bathtub, and we panned vacuum shavings from the bar for a month, and I actually found 1.5 ounces worth of gold out of that.
Wow. That's awesome. That's an awesome story. Wow.
And then in the meantime, I ended up, that was my first house gig. I ended up playing rhythm guitar with that band for 8 months. We were doing 4:45s a night, 5 nights a week. So that kind of,
Nice.
once I got that under my belt, I didn't really look back. I was like, I love playing music and I love entertaining people, and it's all I want to do.
That's so cool. So I want to ask you about another venture that you've been doing. Can you tell us about the blues festival that you've been coordinating?
Well, there's the Festival 59 Blues that's been going on for a couple years out at Hilltop Resort. We did cancel last year because of COVID. And then prior to that, at the same location, in 2019, we started even another festival that's not strictly blues related. It's called the Heart of the Nation Music Festival, and that's multiple genres at Hilltop Resort as well. So you'll hear any and all genres of music there. You could Google it. I think HOTNMF.com is the website, and there's a few things from some information from our first year, our inaugural year, and yeah, we're tentatively planning, if Manitoba does allow safe gatherings for at least 250 people. We're going to try to pull off a 1-day event this summer with people in their own cohorts and follow all regulations. We did a few events last year and we didn't have any repercussions from it, so we're hopeful.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit of shows this
I would
summer.
besides myself doing some shows as an artist, I would more so love to be able to put on these events to showcase all my fellow other artists that I know in Manitoba and across Canada that I've met over the years. Just give them a stage to play on, and some money in their pockets. There's a lot of us artists are kind of really starving now.
That's so true, and that's really good that you're doing that because I know a lot of artists Indigenous artists, we don't really have that very many platforms to showcase our music. So thank you for putting that festival on, and I'm glad that I asked you about it and you got to talk a little bit about it. So I hope artists that are out there listening, hope they get in touch with you to see if they could submit to perform. So that would be that's really great. That I'm glad you shared that with us.
Yeah, there's the Heart of the Nation Music Festival on Facebook. There's information on that page, and then I'm easy to find. Dustin Harder on Facebook. It's not hard to find, or even give me a little Google. I'm sure you'll find my contact. But yeah, feel free to share that at the end in a text or something like that. Throw my email out at folks.
Awesome. So the other thing I wanted to mention that before pre-COVID, you were selected to perform at APTN Indigenous Day.
Yeah, I was so excited about that. I had this plan to perform a song that's near and dear to me called "Searching for a River," which I had written on the banks of the Assiniboine and the Red on the other side there of the bridge, which I later found out is really, really like that's like the main gathering sacred spot for us, for all of us Indigenous people, Métis or First Nation. And so it was going to be really special to me to perform that song that I had written on the banks there at 16, to actually be on the stage at the Forks to perform that and represent my Métis people on Indigenous Day Live. So I was really excited about it. Unfortunately, COVID shut that down, but I know that the APTN went on and did if it wasn't for COVID, there wouldn't have been a solstice. Now there's a winter solstice one, and they did some videos. I wasn't selected for that. They said that they would keep me on potentially the live show if we can end up doing it in 2021 or 2022. So I'm just going to
that's good.
keep my fingers crossed.
Well, if they promised you that, I'm sure they'll follow through. Because I know that happened to other artists and they got to come back on the stage. So
Yeah,
that's
right.
awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing you perform live on APTN. That's a really awesome gig to get. I got to go perform in Ottawa a couple years ago for APTN Live, and it was such an incredible experience.
For sure.
So much fun, and just hanging around the other artists is always fun to be around other artistic people.
It's a great program that they got there, putting that show on. So many artists that I know, so many peers that have had the opportunity to perform on that stage. Let's just say it doesn't hurt their career.
No, not at all. It's such a great experience, that's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. So are you ready to sing your second song?
Yeah, I've got this song that I wrote a while back. I manifested living in a mansion. I currently I'm in a residency at the Cannabis Castle in Winnipeg. That's where we do our other outdoor events all summer long. And we've been set up here recording and performing. So anyways, this is called The Good Life. I'll set you up here, get the band going again. Are you ready? Is this all right? One, two.
Awesome.
Hey,
So I want to
hey,
thank. Hey, that was really awesome. So I want to
thank
thank
you.
the audience tuning in tonight. Kim from Kansas says hello, Dustin.
Hello,
Michelle
Kim.
Michelle from the States says, wow, awesome story. And Bill Montine from Thompson, Manitoba says, love the goal panning in the bathtub story. And Liz Hill says, great stories and music.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you, Rhonda, for deciding to put out this platform for more of us. The more platforms, the more we could put our music out there and get to have ways to show what we do, the better.
Yes, that's for sure. Yes, and the reason why I did it was because of COVID. It seemed like the music stopped when COVID happened, and I was not only thinking about myself, but about all of us Indigenous musicians. Like, how are we gonna share our music? So this show came to me, so I started it up. I was scared to death, but I did it anyways.
And look, you're celebrating a year now.
Yeah, it's been a year, and I'm still gonna keep going after COVID's over, and
For sure.
but
No, keep it
yeah,
running. Keep it running.
oh,
And
for sure.
you've had some really wonderful artists on there. I've caught a few episodes, and I was just like, wow, awesome.
Yeah, and I love the storytelling that they tell, like yourself and your panning gold in the bathtub. That was a great story. I'm glad I asked you that question about your hiking trip. So where can folks tuning in find your music?
Um, they there's some old recordings on Spotify under the Dusty Rhodes Band. They can find some stuff there, or there's the odd decent video out there on YouTube. If you look up Dustin Harder or Dusty Rhodes Band, I used to run under that name for years.
Okay.
Um, you can find stuff there, or as it goes right now, I didn't release my Prairie Soul album on Spotify or any of those streaming services just because I wasn't really happy with them. Us artists making 0.002 cents a stream is just, I don't agree with that. However, there is the exposure thing. I actually ended up getting approved for real quickly. I got approved for a Manitoba film and music tour grant my last tour, but at the end of it, when I was finalizing, because my album wasn't available on Amazon or Spotify, it disqualified me from my tour grant.
Oh
And
no.
I was like, that kind of sucks. Maybe I should put it up there. So it's not up there for now, but you could find me on Reverb Nation as well. I
Okay.
could send a link. I'll go back onto the replay of this, and I'll add some comments if I can. I'll leave some
Okay,
information.
sure. That would be
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna get YouTube channel, and then I'm also it'll also be on my podcast. So it'll
yeah.
be out there.
There'll be some
It'll be out
replays, and
there.
I'll share them.
So do you have any final words to say?
Oh, let's just let's all just keep praying that we're each other's smiles real soon. These videos are great and everything, but there is absolutely nothing that compares to performing live for people in the flesh.
That's so true. Totally true. Yes, so keep praying for the world to go back to normal and for COVID to leave us. I got my vaccination today, by the way, too.
Congratulations, that's
So
good.
yeah, so I got it because I want to be able to travel.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
fair
going to be
enough.
all sorts of new rules and stuff like that. The
Oh
world is
yeah,
definitely changing.
definitely. Definitely. So I'm really happy that you joined us here this evening on my 72nd show, and I just want to let the audience know my next musical guest is Lucian Spence, and he's doing really well in the country scene. And Michelle says, "Yay!"
Right on.
So stay safe and stay healthy, and Kisagi Tin.
Like which
Tune in again next time when Rhonda interviews another up-and-coming Indigenous superstar. Only on Indigenous Superstar.